Hello everyone, welcome to Street Voyage. Today we're going to be going over a video that is incredibly important, especially to my subscribers, and that is which foundation should I use? On this channel I've talked about so many different types of foundations that I know it can be a bit confusing trying to decide which one is best for your skin type. So today I'm going to break down the different foundations and what type of skin type it is for and who should purchase which one. Let's get started. All right, we're going to go over a few foundations today. And we're going to start with the newest foundation that I just did a review on, and that is the Sublimage L'Essence Détente foundation. So I already went into a video on this as well as with all the other foundations I'll be talking about, so feel free to use the links I'll provide down below. But I'm going to briefly go over some of the points in here and then we'll get into texture and who the foundation's for. So this retails for $150 and it says it's an ultimate radiance generating serum foundation. So I really want to emphasize that when it comes to Sublimage, I really want you guys to think of it as a serum. It's a skin care foundation. So for those of you that are looking to have really great hydration, for those of you that are truly dry, and for those of you that want a medium coverage foundation, this will be for you. Now the main ingredient here is what's in all the Sublimage line. Sublimage is a big line that has creams and serums and eye creams and face wash. So they made the skincare inside this foundation. Main ingredient is the vanilla planifilia extract. And what that is, it's a vanilla bean plant. Whole line smells very fragrant and very decadent in vanilla scent. When it comes to the textures, you can see it's quite thick. So I'm going to go ahead and shear this down so that you guys can see what this looks like here. So as you can see, there's some radiance to this. It melts right into the skin. What I will say is that I noticed that it has a transition period where it goes on really creamy and then skin has to warm up to it and then you get a really beautiful foundation. Now for some of you, you're not going to like that because it doesn't just stay exactly how when you put it on the face. It has like a time period where it moves. I did have a tiny bit of separation, but it worked itself out as the day went on and my skin warmed up. It just looked really glowy and beautiful. I think of this foundation as great for somebody who wants more of a treatment foundation or a really hydrating foundation. You're going to love this. Some of you may ask, what if I have dry combination skin, which I have? I like this foundation. I don't love it. I don't reach for it as often. When I'm truly dry, which is a couple times during the month, depending on where my hormones are at, I get a little drier. And so I'll reach for this foundation for a couple days just to get the kind of hydration I want. Other than that, I'm reaching for other foundations throughout the week. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next foundation. Next, we have one of my favorite satin foundations, and this is the Lingerie de Peau foundation. This retails for $63. So it's best for normal to dry skin. It's a natural finish, buildable coverage. The whole idea with this is it's supposed to be like a second skin, and it truly is like a second skin. It has a satin type of finish with a radiant glow. So it is specifically meant for somebody who is dry, whereas Sublimage is meant for somebody who is truly dry, very dry. This is meant for somebody who is normal to dry. So this is a beautiful foundation for those of you who are concerned about hydration but aren't so dry that you need ultra hydration. I'm gonna go ahead and put a pump here on the back of my hand right next to the Sublimage. As you can see, it's a little lighter in consistency. Moves down my hand a little bit more like a liquid. Just gonna go ahead and blend this in here. Just as a reference for you guys to know about my skin so that you can understand why I gravitate towards these formulations. I am combination dry, heading more towards dry every year. I'm in my 40s. I often use the Victoria Beckham primer underneath my foundations. Not always, but often. It's the only primer that I use. And my skin tone is a neutral/warm, meaning I can go to more warm gold tones that are on the lighter side, or go to a neutral. I will wear warm colors during the summer because I am a yellow base undertone, but I can use neutrals to brighten my skin to give kind of a beautiful winter fall look. All right, so as you can see, this has a lot of radiance and a beautiful glow. All right, let's head into the next foundation. This next one is my holy grail foundation. It's my go-to. It's my favorite. I've been using it for years. There are others that come very, very close. Talk about it often, and that is the Chanel Vitalumiere foundation. I have been using this for years and years and years. I call it the wedding makeup, as long as you use a good setting powder, because it is very hydrating. It's a beautiful day-to-day finish. It's a beautiful editorial finish. It's just stunning, but it is meant for somebody with true combination dry skin. And I will say, unfortunately, I can't wear it every day, because when I do, I break out because it does have so much oil in it. So it's a beautiful finish, but it is very hydrating. Now you may ask, which is more hydrating, the Sublimage or the Vitalumiere? Sublimage is still more hydrating. It is truly the richest of all the foundations that I'll be talking about today. So I want you to think of this as a moisture-rich, radiant foundation. It's meant to target dry, dull, and uneven skin texture. It has marine extracts and it has light reflecting pigments to give a gorgeous, stunning glow. Let's go ahead and pump a little bit of this on the back of my hand. All right, do you see how wet that is? So it is much more hydrating and liquid-like when it comes to the formulation. I'm just blending this in here so that you guys could see it. See how glossy that is? Do you guys recognize how much more sheer it is compared to the other two? Definitely one of those truly medium coverage foundations. You can build on it, but it really wants to stay in the medium family. So think of this for somebody who is like, I am dry skinned, but I'm not severely dry. I need a beautiful makeup that makes my skin look like it's glowing, truly glowing, dewy, radiant. All right, let's move on to our next foundation. And this one is the one I'm wearing today, and it's gorgeous. This next one is the one I'm wearing on my face today, and it is a beauty. It is a beauty, my friends. I wear this now every day, and I use my Vitalumiere on special occasions. That's how much I like it. At the end of the video, I will let you guys know in what order do I wear the foundations the most, from first to last. All right, let's get into this one. This is a 24-hour natural wear foundation with 96% natural origin ingredients, and it's meant to be a luminous finish with a no mask-like effect. Plumped, hydrated skin is what this claims to do, and it does. It is made of mostly water, and I will tell you, water foundations are fantastic because they do two things. Obviously, they hydrate the skin really well, but they leave almost like a filter-like effect across the skin because it doesn't settle deeply into the skin, the pigments. It just kind of rolls on top of the skin, so it gives a really beautiful, flawless finish. So already you can see how rich this is. Do you see how it's not even moving? It's just holding its shape. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm just going to blend this in. This feels like butter. It is so gorgeous. The texture is so beautiful on this. Do you see how it's just like staying? It just really wants to stay true to the formulation when it comes right out of the bottle, and I love that. So who's this for? This is for everybody. Everybody. You're going to love this if you are 20 all the way to 120. It just gives the most beautiful, flawless finish. Obviously, for those of you who are really oily, wear primer if you're having problems keeping your foundation on, and a light dusting powder on top. And if you're older, use a really good hydrating primer underneath or a really great moisturizer before you apply. But because it has so much water in it, it's good for most skin types. Definitely, it's a go-to, it's a must. I will be surprised if there's some of you out there who don't like it. It's just a really beautiful formula. But of course, I always love to hear your guys' opinion. So if any of you out there have tried this foundation, let me know what your thoughts are, because I have been loving this so much. I'm actually going to get the Forever Unveil primer that just came out and see how it goes with this. I'm super excited to try them out together. All right, next we have the twin sister to my Vitalumiere, Chanel. And why do I say that if they're two different brands? That's because the Shiseido Synchro skin is so beautiful and similar in nature to the Vitalumiere, but richer and a little more coverage. For those of you who are truly combination with a little dryness, you'll love this. For those of you who are truly dry, head to Vitalumiere. So I wear this, but I have to wear it with a primer that's hydrating underneath, and it looks fantastic. I love the coverage on this. Love the finish, the formula. It's wonderful. So little information on this. It's a lightweight hydrating finish. It's medium to full coverage. It's light adjusting technology to lift, refine, and smooth the skin. As you can see, it really wants to stay put like the Dior. Just when you put it on, it wants to adhere to the skin and it just wants to wrap around whatever area it's grabbing onto, which I love. So you get this almost really airbrushed, soft focus finish. So my combination friends out there who are a little dry, definitely try this one. You'll love it. It's radiant, it's medium coverage, it's buildable, and it's flawless. It's a really gorgeous foundation. Next, we have the Westman Atelier Vital Skin Foundation Stick. This is a high performance cream foundation. It is meant for buildable coverage. It's great for dullness and uneven skin texture. I will tell you right off the bat, I don't find this hydrating enough for my combination dry skin. I definitely have to wear a hydrating primer or a moisturizer underneath this because it just isn't hydrating enough. Not to say it doesn't have good hydrators in it, I just am that dry. I do find with stick foundations that they can be a little more dry just because of the way that they're formulated to hold their shape inside of the case. So we have a medium coverage natural finish foundation. I'm going to do a swatch here for you guys. Here is the stick foundation. Now you might be wondering, who is this for? This is for somebody who wants convenience, somebody who wants a clean foundation, somebody who is looking for a truly combination / dry skin. I'd say it's much more towards combination. If you're really dry, I don't know how much you'll like this. Just make sure if you do purchase it and you are dry, just make sure you use a really good moisturizer or a really good primer. All right, let's go ahead and get into our last foundation. Next is my favorite clean foundation, and that is by Exa. It is a clean foundation that I got at Credo Beauty. This is a buildable semi-satin foundation, and get ready for this. There are 43 shades in this foundation line. I love that. There is a color for everyone. Now, who is this good for? It says it's for all skin types: dry, mature, sensitive, acne prone. It has aloe vera in it and plumping peach extract. It has makua berry and hyaluronic acid. So think of it as hydrating and plumping. It says that it has advanced pigment technology to help the foundation to feel light on the skin and very natural. And that is absolutely the truth when it comes to this foundation. Some of you might be wondering, if I had to choose between the Westman Atelier and this one, Exa, which one would I choose? Hands down, I would choose Exa. It's just beautiful. The finish on here is stunning, as you can see as I spread it here. Do you see how much richer this is compared to the Westman Atelier? It's just more hydrating, and that's really important to somebody who has dry skin like me, or combination dry skin. So I absolutely love this. It stays all day. As your skin warms up, those pigments warm up, and it just looks better and better as the day goes on. When I take the makeup off, my skin actually feels good. All right, let's get to the question that I'm sure most of you are thinking about, which is, well, which one's your favorite? And in order of all the ones that you just showed, which is your favorite from first to last? So I love all of these foundations. I use different foundations depending on where my skin is throughout the month. And truly, I have different skin as my hormones change throughout the month. So I'll reach for different foundations. Now, when it comes to my clients and putting foundation on, I use different foundations depending on what their skin type is like. Now, most of the ones I went over with you guys are for combination dry skin. But that said, you can shear a lot of these down and make them more of a lighter texture for oily skin. So my favorite all-time foundation are these two. It's a tie. I use this on special occasions and I'm using this every day. I just love these two foundations. This because I've used it forever and it's just a go-to, and this is just stunning on the skin. Feels absolutely wonderful. And my second favorite is tied again, and that is the Shiseido Synchro foundation and the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau. Both absolutely stunning. This is a little more satin and this is a little bit more hydrating, but I just love these. In third place is the Exa foundation for my clean green friends out there. This is such a stunning foundation. Fourth place is the Westman Atelier stick foundation for convenience and for some hydration. I just have to make sure to put a good primer underneath. And last place, but still part of my favorites when it comes to my foundations, is the Sublimage. So good. Just wish it didn't separate in between the transition stages. One that I didn't mention, which would have been up here with these two, is the Chantecaille Cushion Compact Foundation. It is just so good. I can't find it. I'm looking for it. somewhere around the house. I'm really bummed because I don't know where I put it, but it's beautiful. It's gorgeous on the skin. It lasts a long time. I don't know what they did to make that cushion foundation so good, but for those of you who have tried cushion compacts and don't like cushion compacts, try the Chantecaille Cushion Compact. It is lovely on the skin. All right, you guys, we have reached the end of our video. Whew. Quite a bit of information, but I do hope it helped because I've gotten several comments from my subscribers. And just for anyone who's watching this video for the first time in general, we have so many new foundations coming out. It's hard to know which one should I try. So hopefully this video helped break it down a bit for you guys. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. If you guys have questions and you still feel like you need some clarification, I'm always here for you. Just write me down below and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. If you guys want to support my channel, the best way to do that is use those affiliate links down below. I'll have all the foundations that I talked about today and everything that's on my face right now. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video.